Yo, yo, yo! What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast. Max, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. It was kind of a little testy time before the pod right now when we revealed each other's lists to each other, man.
We shouldn't do that, honestly. We should just get our raw reactions. But you want to be knowing my list and shit. Fuck, man. Let's just
I'm
be
about
real.
to slap you in
We
the head, Will
look,
Smith style right now.
hell nah. First of all, I ain't no Chris Rock. Second of all, you ain't no Will Smith. Third of all,
What else?
we doing running backs.
Not bad for running back.
Not bad for a running back. The dying breed, bro. Running backs.
You know, it's not dying one. This podcast.
It's not.
Great. I want to say it's flourishing.
And you know why? Because we got subscribers. And so if you guys are new to the channel and you guys just stumbled across this, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Like this video, comment down below whatever thoughts you have on it at the end of the video or in the beginning. Tell them these guys don't know shit, or be like, oh my, Max is the greatest evaluator I've ever fucking heard.
Or they could say Max is the great. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You don't want me to say Juan? I ain't like you.
Follow us on Instagram. That is Max_JuanCast, Spotify, Apple Podcast listeners, audio listeners. We don't forget about you guys, so don't forget about us. 5-star rate us on there. Helps us out tremendously. Let's get into running backs today. Max, what do you look for in running backs? Because I'll tell you what I look for in a running back.
I like to see explosion. Again, I said this for the receiver, but I want to see a guy who can make quick cuts, who can make guys miss. I love guys who can make people miss. I don't want you to be my number one running back and you get tackled the first sign of trouble. That's what I really dislike about running backs.
Tackles like Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch.
But that's what I look for, bro. I want to see a guy who can make a dude miss, who can maybe once he makes that guy miss, can get to the next tier. Like, you need to go.
Yeah.
And there's always exceptions. Like, I would say Alvin Kamara isn't the biggest burner out there, but he does such a great job with other stuff. He kind of makes up for his lack of long speed. And you have guys like Derrick Henry, who's like, he doesn't seem that fast, but once he gets going, he's gone. You don't catch the dude.
And I think the thing with running backs, I think this is where production actually kind of does matter to a certain point. Like, what have you, even if you haven't got that many carries, what have you done with your carries? You got the few exceptions out there, but I think production does play a part with running backs more than any other position. Do you agree?
100% agree.
Especially like yards after contact, you can look at average yards per carry.
The only thing to really look at is it like a Saquon Barkley situation this year in the NFL. It's not fair to a running back when he gets tackled in the backfield every frickin' play.
Right.
But in college, that doesn't typically happen. So in college, the game is built to a point where it's like, hey, we can get out into space. We can get these guys in space. So it's really easy. Like, very rarely do making guys miss don't translate to the NFL. The only guy I can really think of is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who we both loved coming out. And it's like, what the F happened to you? I know there's been injuries, but typically with running back, like what I like one, and I know we're going to wrap it up with this, is I want to see guys miss, want to see some speed, want to see hands. You got to have hands in today's NFL. Unless you're so great at running the ball like Derrick Henry, you can kind of make up for it.
Yeah. How do you feel about this class as a whole? Like, is it amazing?
I wouldn't say it's better than last year's. I wouldn't say there's no Jonathan Taylor type guy. And I know it's easy to say, but I feel like Jonathan Taylor coming out was consensus number one running back. Like, I know Clyde made a late push, but he was so freakishly athletic and talented. It seems like every running back class, there's always going to be the diamond in the rough you're going to find. You're going to find the 5th round guy who leads the league in rushing, like a Kareem Hunt or something like that. But it's not the position anymore where I don't think any of these guys get drafted in the first round. It's just not worth it to ever invest in a running back anymore. It's just time after time after time. Running backs matter, but in the first round of the draft, it's just going to go less and less. And we know we got 2 last year, but I'd be surprised if we got 2 this year.
I think there's only one team in the first round that's capable of drafting a running back in their position.
Who do you think?
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
I don't agree with them. I feel like taking a running back for them would be kind of like, okay, we have this weakness, let's address it. I'd be like, fuck it, you're really good at throwing the ball. Let's get even better at that. Double down.
I get you.
That scared money don't make money, Juan.
Scared money don't make money. Let's move on to the superlatives, and then we'll give out our list.
Superlatives.
Superlatives.
No, I'm saying it badly.
Superlatives. There we go. All right. Best speed, Max.
It's Breece Hall for my money.
Kenneth Walker.
I think he's quicker than Breece Hall, but I don't know if I could be a really close race.
Really close.
What about best power?
I have Kamir White from Georgia.
Zamir,
right?
Yeah, it's okay. I got Brian Robinson. B-Rob. I love people named B-Rob.
B-Rob. Sleeper.
Who do you got?
Pierre Strong Jr.
I got Kyren Williams from Notre Dame.
Okay.
You're not a fan of him. Spoiler, everybody, but we'll get to that later. Most impactful, highest ceiling. Let's put him
Kenneth Walker for impactful, highest ceiling, Breece Hall.
Most impactful, I got James Cook. Highest ceiling, James Cook also.
Best receiving back,
James Cook.
Probably
agree on the last one.
We got you. All right. Well, now let's get into the list. This is going to be interesting.
Interesting one means like he's going to be annoying.
All right. My list goes. Number 1, Breece Hall. Number 2, Kenneth Walker. Number 3, Pierre Strong Jr. Number 4, James Cook. And number 5, Zamir White.
You just told me yesterday you liked B-Rob.
I did, but it changed. I did it. I told you I like him because, of course, you watch so many Georgia guys on defense. I don't know how many times I watched the SEC championship and the national championship.
You're just like, that guy look not too bad. And you watch Cincinnati and you're just like, yeah.
So I've seen this fucker B-Rob like consistently just bulldoze guys.
Just popping up in the film.
Yeah. I'm like, where did you come from? Fucking B-Rob. Get off my screen.
So I got my list is 1, James Cook, 2, Breece Hall, 3, Isaiah Spiller, 4, Kyren Williams, 5, Brian Robinson Jr., B-Rob.
Wow.
Very different. I think it's the most different list we've had.
And running backs, you know.
We have the top 2. That's it. I mean, sorry. We have 2 the same. Everyone else is different.
Yeah. Let's get right into it. Breece Hall. You have him number 2. I have him number 1. I already have his highlights ready, so let's go there. Let me go to my notes real quick. 5'11", 217, ran a 4.39.
I just want to tell you, there's a lot of people out there that have him listed at 6'1". I don't know where that number came from. Like, I just don't get it. Does he look 6'1" to you in the film?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he looks a little like, I think he just looks like a normal running back. He doesn't look like he's that tall.
He has a pretty big stature to me. Some of the
he's definitely built well.
Yeah.
217 at 5'11".
That's how you want your running back.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
he's not Saquon Barkley look wise, but he's pretty good.
Yeah. He's not thin.
No.
That's the main thing. I think he's filled out. Some of the pros I have for him, right off back, you throw on the film, patience. And it's Le'Veon Bell. Like you can probably tell. I haven't heard any interviews from this guy, but I bet if you interview him and you say what's your influences, he's gonna say Le'Veon Bell because he kind of has that same thing, kind of like Matt Forte once upon a time. You know, kind of like that running style, but can break tackles. Just simply put, he breaks tackles to me. Smooth athlete. It really doesn't look like he's running fast.
I don't really agree with that all that well. I think there's times he breaks a lot of tackles, but there's a lot of times I'm like, how did you get tackled right there? How did you not break that dude down? To me, it was like I saw it in spurts, but I didn't get to see it as much as I would have liked. That's just how I felt about Breece Hall. I like what you said, though. He's Le'Veon Bell, but Le'Veon Bell couldn't hit that gear that this dude could hit. When he sees the hole, and this is what I think, when he sees that hole, he goes. But there's times where he's like, do I go?
He does. Sometimes he over patience.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm like, all right, bro, stick your foot in the ground, just jam yourself up there.
Definitely not a one cut guy. Like San Francisco wouldn't want him.
No, and I don't think he's the type of guy who's going to run up into the hole. Like to me, with his speed, you kind of want to keep him on the outside a little bit. He's not incapable of running up into the muck of stuff, but he's a far cry from Ezekiel Elliott, who's going to push the pile. Yeah. That's not his game. He's not a powerful guy. One of the things I didn't like about him was, one, he had a big workload in college, which it's a reality. It's just what it is. And I just thought he loses too many plays. A guy who, like, with his talent, shouldn't lose those plays. But again, I liked him a lot. Second guy, I like how he sets up his blocks too at times when he gets to the perimeter of the defense. dude, like you said, this is how running back's supposed to look.
Yeah.
I just wish he displayed a little more power to his game.
And it's funny too, because he wears 28, which is like Josh Jacobs, complete opposite when it comes to home run speed, because he has it. Stat that was glaring to me that just proves his home run speed. 5 touchdowns this year of 75 yards or more. That's ridiculous. That's just a big play waiting to happen. And I think it's part of what you said of maybe being a little bit too patient at times. He's looking for the big play. You know, it's kind of
he's
like
not content just to take a single. It's like, I want a home run. I want a home run.
AP had that problem for a couple years, but I mean, he was just so good. Nobody really said anything. But yeah, he does have that problem. I agree.
But I don't think it's a huge problem, truthfully.
Because
it's just,
you know, it's kind of like a high risk, high reward, because you see it pays off.
What did you think of his hands? I think they're good, but I don't love his routes.
He needs work.
But he needs to be seasoned up. He went to Iowa State, so they're not the greatest when it comes to, hey, you go out there and run great routes. So he can work on that. With his athleticism, to me, he's more athletic than James Cook, even though James Cook's my number 1 running back.
No.
But I like Breece Hall, man. Who's your player comp, you said? It's not Le'Veon, is it?
No. Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, it's Le'Veon Bell. Okay.
A little bit of Le'Veon and Matt Forte, but I've seen a lot of people compare him to Matt Forte.
I don't know why. To me, something about his speed reminded me of Tony Pollard. The way how quick he is, but I don't think he has the elusiveness Tony Pollard has. But he's a lot bigger of a dude.
I had Tony Pollard as a player comparison for someone, but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I love Breece Hall. Honestly, I'm surprised that you don't have my number 2 guy, but we'll get into your number 1. And that's
James Cook.
James Cook
from the University of Georgia. So when you look at James Cook, like, you're going to look at the stats and be like, oh, this isn't what a running back does. Why does he have so few carries? But I think that's a bonus when you talk about him. Georgia, it's not that he's less talented than Zamir White or Zamir White's more talented than him. It's like, we have 2 really good NFL running backs. We're going to use them. And Zamir White is completely different, in my opinion, than James Cook. Zamir White's the type of guy who's going to run up in there and just mash and be like, I'm powerful. I'm going to run over a D tackle. James Cook's like, hey, I'm going to be a little patient. I'm going to have some vision. I'm going to cut it back. To me, the Alabama game confirmed what I'd already thought about him. So I kind of watched his stuff in order, and I was like, this dude's a difference maker when he gets to the next level. I love him as a receiving back.
Yeah.
He can do it all. He destroyed Michigan receiving the ball, split him out wide. Linebacker, sorry, you're not going to get there. He had good enough speed, 4.42 speed. I like that. And honestly, you know, he comes from an elite pedigree. He comes from an NFL family, which is a bonus for me. It's not the end-all be-all. But when you combine that with good speed, good acceleration, there's really not a lot of wear and tear, kind of what they talked about with Josh Jacobs coming out. And just my cons is, I wish he had a hair more speed. I wish he had a hair more powered. And he doesn't always break tackles. I wish he could just he doesn't have Dalvin's ability to just run through arm tackles yet.
I simply put this, his frame is not like Dalvin at all. Like, he's not built like Dalvin. You know, he may have the last name, but he's not Dalvin Cook. I'm sorry to say it. And that's no shame on him.
No, you have him in your top 5.
Dalvin Cook was a hell of a prospect, and of course he's a hell of a football player in the NFL now. But that's no knock on him. The main thing with James Cook, I need to see a little bit more as far as what is his role gonna be. You know, because on third down, yeah, that sounds good. He's gonna be receiving back. I'm sorry, to be a third down back, you need to be able to have blitz pickups, and he simply can't do that.
I don't think Georgia asked him to do it a whole lot, but I think it's kind of going to be there in the NFL. I think he's going to pick it up quick. I think he's decent enough where he can pick it up.
Football family, you know, can take some pointers from Dalvin.
Yeah, teach him how to. But I think part of it is, though, I don't think he's going to be asked a lot to pass protect, because it's like he's so good out in there with his routes and how crisp they are.
And of course, he was second committee in the whole running back scheme of things at Georgia. So my player comparison is just a snippet of what I've seen from him as a runner. This player is not the same as him as a receiving back. Okay. My player comparison, Tony Pollard.
Oh, so it was James Cook.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as like quick twitch as Tony Pollard and the agility, but I agree.
I think the one cut ability with both of them is just phenomenal. You know, it's Tony Pollard like.
My best case for this dude's Dalvin Kamara, some mixture of Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara with the receiving back. Because I think he's a better receiving back than Dalvin Cook coming out.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
Now
most
Dalvin
definitely.
Cook's developed into a really good one. So if he can develop some of the if he can get a little quicker, a little faster, man, he's going to be scary. I like all the run. I feel like it's just one tier running backs. Maybe these two for me are a little higher than everybody else, but it's close for
James
everybody.
Cook. I wouldn't be surprised if him as a runner grows. I just want to see the growth. Right now, it's just not enough. It's not enough for me. Him as a receiving back, that's great and all. That's great. And yes, that is a value in the NFL. But the 3 guys I have ahead of him, they just simply are more complete running backs as of right now.
We'll get into your number 2 then, because you don't have James Cook.
My number 2, Kenneth Walker, a guy that you just simply did not have on your list.
Not even I think he was 7. Yeah, I didn't. Not that I just didn't get it, dude. I feel like he's so freaking tiny. And yeah, he's fast. That's fucking awesome. He's really fast. He can't catch the ball. He likes to fumble. He's not going to pick up any blitz ever in the NFL. And to me, it's home run or nothing with this dude. Every fucking snap to me was just like, oh, I want to get a home run. I want to hit a home run. I watched so many plays where this dude didn't make a guy miss. He's real slight one to me. He's real slight. I don't think he's going to create more of a – he's not going to create a lot of missed tackles, in my opinion. That's just what I thought, man. I like his outside running.
To clarify on the fumble problem, I completely disagree. Earlier in his career, he did, and I think he just straight up fixed it. This year, he only had 1 fumble.
I agree with that, though. I will say that it got better. So if it continues down this track, I won't be worried about it.
Yeah,
and
he's another guy who's just a one cut back. You know, first thing that popped in my head when I first turned on the film, Tevin Coleman. I mean, that's who popped up right away. Perfect back for the Kyle Shanahan system. Just see it and go.
I am Matt Breida for this dude.
Yeah,
just he's fat. His game's predicated on speed.
Yeah.
And it kind of scares me because I know he ran really fast. I think he's fast, but he's not as fast as the 40 would indicate.
Right. And he played with a lot more power than you expect from a little guy like that. I just feel like he packs a punch at times, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel just because of the speed, the power.
I don't think it's NFL power though. I think that's just Big 12 power. I don't think it's gonna. I know that sounds stupid to say, but it's not like you're going against the cream of the crop up there. I just don't. Look, he's quick twitch. His game's, we've talked about it. He's an elusive. He's not an elusive. He's a speed runner. I don't like the power aspect of it. As I drop my pen.
Yeah.
I don't knock you for putting them. I get what you like about dude. I just don't get it, man. Like to me, my 3rd guy is way better than him, and Isaiah Spiller.
A guy who I didn't have. And
I know why you didn't have him, but let me tell everyone why you didn't have him.
Hold on. Let me get up his height.
I'm sorry. Let me
and who was your player? Did you have a comparison for
Matt Breida? Chase Edmonds? Someone who's
my final one was J.K. Dobbins.
He's just not the frame for me.
You don't think so?
Not the frame. I liked what you said about Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman.
That's a pretty good one.
I was trying to be different because I seen a lot more other people compare him to Tevin. So I was trying. Yeah, I was trying my hardest not because
the worst thing about doing this shit is you pick somebody and you go just like, you're like, I wonder what else everyone else is saying.
Right.
And it's like, there it is.
That's what happened. I put on the film. I said, fuck, Tevin Coleman. You know what I mean? After all of it, I say, okay, let me see what everyone else is saying about him. And I see it. And I think like 3 people that I trust their opinions on.
Like,
Tevin Coleman. I'm like, fuck.
Can't do that. You got to be a little
so
different.
I tried my hardest. I put J.K. Dobbins. I can see it. But I love Kenneth Walker, dude. I think easily he could have been number 1 for me, but it was just simply the size. The size doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. It doesn't bother me. Tell me why you had Isaiah Spiller.
I loved his elusiveness. I love the power he showed. I love the frame. There's going to be some stuff I didn't love about him, like any prospect, but he made guys miss more than anybody I saw. I was just like, wow, holy crap, this is the most elusive dude in there. He's quicker than he is fast. One can talk about the cons. He didn't like the guy. When I liked his pass catching too, the way he attacked the ball. I liked when he got hit, he kind of stayed up. He's like, I'm going to just get a couple more yards. There's nothing great about this guy.
That's it.
There's a lot of really good for me. He's never going to be the type of guy who's going to take an 80-yard touchdown. That's a cold day in hell when that happens. But for me, if you need a solid running back who can be maybe a running back, I like a running back 2, maybe a running back 1 in the right scheme. This is your dude.
And that's the thing with me. If you're not going to be like, he could have easily been 5 for me, but me personally, I like the Robinson from Bama and the guy from Georgia, White, just better than him. And I get what you see. Like, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of solid.
I'm just surprised with you valuing missed tackles. You didn't get him a little higher. And the problem is probably he'll make a guy miss, and it's just like he's not going to get more yards.
Right.
And to me, he kind of reminded me of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, where it was like, man, you can make guys miss, you can be a little powerful, but you never get away from people.
Yes.
You just never do.
And he doesn't run with like a vengeance like Josh Jacobs.
And that's who I kind of compared to him. I'm like, he's a nice Josh Jacobs. He's like, hey, I don't want to run over you today. I don't want to punish you. I'm just gonna I'm gonna be a little elusive, but I'm gonna be slow.
But the thing is that Josh Jacobs punishes you with his like violent.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, he's nice. He's just like, hey, I don't want to punish you, bro. Just bring me down softly and I'll do the same. He doesn't dish out punishment like Jacobs.
Yeah.
That's the big problem with him.
Yeah. Isaiah Spiller. So he was 3
for me. I like his game a lot. I know I just said some negatives, but I liked it. I really liked the elusiveness that he brought to the table.
No. So my third guy is shot out of who knows what. I mean, probably no one has heard of this dude. I rarely seen him on big boards and all of that. It's Pierre Strong from, hold on, bringing up my notes. From South Dakota State, 5'11", 207 pounds, 4'3", 40. This guy has wheels.
When did you become the guy who loves fast players? When did you become? Was when Tyreek Hill cut your heart out, Juan?
Maybe.
I'm curious because you weren't always like that.
I just think it's a coincidence this year with the players who, if I'm not gonna get a complete back, let me get a guy with some speed. Like, that's the way I see it. Like, if I'm a guy like Isaiah Spiller and he's elite at what he does, but he's not fast, I'll take that. You know what I mean? But if they're not great at something, it's like, okay,
you want to just get one elite thing about him.
At least be fast, you know?
So he has one elite thing about him.
No, Pierre Strong, he's special, dude. Like, I can see him being something really good if he can get a chance in the NFL. Like, this guy's not going to go high. He's going to be like undrafted probably, just because off of the pure fact that where he's come from. I can already see it. It's like what's his name? Washington all over again, the safety. Darius Washington. It's a Darius Washington all over again. But I really like what he brings. He brings big playability, shifty as fuck, dude. One cut back, his burst from stop to go ability.
His stop and start is just
dude. I fucking love it. Pad level, runs with great pad level, and just great balance as a running back. He's always seems to just be on balance.
I saw what you saw with the dude. I just don't think it's going to translate to the NFL, because when you're like, he's a freak athlete at running back for like where he was. So when you're like a freak and where you are, it's going to make you look better than you are. Because once you're with the freaks, you're like, oh, he's not freaky anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, just a question of, like you said, if he gets a chance, because he's pretty much a nobody. And maybe he's like a Jalen Richard in the NFL. He gets a chance, he sticks with the team. I mean, never know.
Not even a Jalen Richard, kind of like a James Robinson from Jacksonville. A guy who just bursted onto the scene as an undrafted guy. Another con about him, 2 ACL injuries. He's already busted out 2 knees.
I think that's just the big thing. After I wrote that, I was like, wow, it's really hard to take this guy with a pick when you have 2 busted ACLs and you're a running back.
And my player comparison for him, Raheem Mostert.
I didn't even have one, honestly. That's a good one, though.
Yeah, Raheem Mostert for Pierre Strong.
That's best case, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't blame you guys if you guys don't see it in Pierre Strong. You know, small school. You guys seen the film right now. It's grainy as fuck. It's hard to fucking look at.
Does this qualify for your PJ Washington Hall of Fame tape?
Yeah.
Exactly. No, was it PJ Washington? What's the name?
No,
PJ Hall.
Oh, PJ Hall.
This classifies your PJ Hall like worst tape.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad. It's just like, where did this tape come from? It's like when you watch tape of Giannis hooping in Division II gyms in Greece.
Yeah. But I like what I seen for him as a complete back a little bit more than James Cook. That's it.
So James Cook was your 4, right?
Yes.
Just to get my notes right. So, and then my number 4, you don't like this dude at all. I found out Kyren Williams. You're like, the dude sucks. I'm like, what's it? I just feel like he's a little guy who's going to be a change of pace third down back in the NFL. I don't know what you hate about him. Let me hear what you look. To me, Yeah, he's small. Yeah, he's not freakishly freaking fast.
It's not small.
No. He's small. I get he's small, I'm saying. But it's just like, yeah, he ran a 4.6. Whatever. I know he doesn't have that, but he just makes fucking plays, man. He has some good power. In pass protection, he tries. He gets run over. He's like, I'm going to stand in front and you can run me over. He's good at catching the ball. He's patient. He has some quickness, has some elusiveness. And I agree. It's going to be really scary in the NFL because when you're this limited athletically, it's like, oh, crap.
No.
But Alvin Kamara didn't test freakishly.
Just two completely different
I agree,
players.
but I'm just saying you don't always have to be a freak at running back.
But you have to be elite at something.
I feel like he is good at something.
Elite.
He makes people miss.
If you're not going to have the speed, you need to be elite at something.
I don't think that's true, man. He can make people miss. He's patient with the ball. He's like a little James White.
I said that. Or Shane Vereen.
Yeah. What's wrong with Shane Vereen? He has a role in the NFL.
Look,
if you're good enough as a pass catcher and linebackers aren't quick enough to stay with you.
Having a role is fine. It's just I'm not going to put him in my top 5.
Again, top 5, there's no, like, I think 3 down. It's just like rotational guys in this draft. Like I have B-Rob, you have Zamir White. Are those guys going to be starters for an NFL team? No, they're not.
I try to find the light at the end of the tunnel for potential. This is what all this is about. Is guys who can grow.
Yeah, but you always can't just swing and be like, okay, we'll just get a bust or we'll get a good player. It's like, okay, we'll get a decent player.
Mr. Mike Mayock, where was this last year?
No, in the first round. I'm saying in the first round, you take the swing. This dude's a 3rd round pick. Don't worry about it.
That's some bullshit, Max.
How's that bullshit?
You sounded like a fucking Mike Mayock.
Look, if I make Mayock, I take Kyren Williams 3rd overall pick and be like, hey, we're good. Got a 3rd down back, 20 years. That's what Mike Mayock would do. I'm saying take this guy in the 4th and be happy. You have a good player.
For 1 down.
That's fine. 4th round pick.
And probably can only fit in about like 3 teams.
And Zamir White's just going to fit anywhere? Bless you.
Thank you.
That's because you full of bullshit right there.
Zamir White, yeah, he can.
Tell me what Zamir White's going to do. It's so freakish in the NFL.
Alex Collins, baby.
I fucking told you that. All he does is have heart. All he does. I have heart. I'm going to freaking
Chris
run.
Carson, hey, there's a fucking spot for guys, man.
What does Chris Carson do in the NFL? He's not elite at anything besides running with his heart. Kyren Williams got a little heart, too.
He does. He is a captain for Notre Dame.
That's what I'm saying. Got heart? Just because you have heart, don't mean you have heart, man.
All right, Drake.
What the hell? Tell me about Zamir White. I just don't get it. All he does is run hard and truck people.
I mean, violence, man. Fucking violence, and I love it.
If all you're drafting is Alex Collins, that's just as bad. You got a guy who can play 1 down.
If I had to put these guys in tiers, this guy would be the bottom tier, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. After 3, it's all bottom tier for me.
Okay, I get you.
That's all I said.
I get you. But it was like a pick'ems for me. It was either Robinson.
So I took the one guy, you took the other guy.
Right.
Can we just group these guys up?
Right.
B-Rob's a taller Zamir White, who's a little slower. Like, it's just, man, these guys run hard.
One of these guys are going to become the fucking Chris Carson.
Yeah.
We just don't know who. We really don't. We just don't know who.
Dude, also, a big thing for Zamir White, I can't believe he has torn ACL in both his knees.
I know. It's crazy.
That doesn't scare you?
You know who I player comparison for him?
Fucking, what's the guy from
James Conner.
Did you? Yeah, he did tear his ACLs, right? I was gonna say,
and he had cancer, but I mean that's a little bit different. But yeah,
yeah, no shit. Okay, I just don't get it, man. Okay, Zamir, I get it. I get why you have him there. I just like these guys to me are just like whatever. It's just like who's the Holyfield guy? Elijah Holyfield. That's who he is. It's just like half of him being a tough runner.
Exactly.
You'll be a 3rd running back the whole career in the NFL. Yeah. Saving a B-Rob, man.
I'm really excited for these 4 guys: Pierre Strong, James Cook, Breece Hall, and Kenneth Walker. I really like all 4 of those guys.
I feel the same way. I'm really excited for Breece Hall, Isaiah Spiller, and James Cook.
Are you really excited about Isaiah Spiller?
I really am. I really feel like
he's gonna be who he is.
I think.
Do you see him improving, getting elite at anything?
I think he can get a little quicker, a little faster. That's all you can really do, and that'll change his game. His game's already there. Clean up the fumbles too.
You know what they like to say: you can't teach speed, can't teach quickness.
I think you can teach a little bit. They say the same thing about accuracy,
and you probably still can't.
I don't know if you watch a Josh Allen video.
You can fix mechanics if it's a mechanical issue, but I don't think
maybe he can't run right.
Maybe he doesn't run upright.
Yeah, and you got them Forrest Gump legs.
We'll see.
You got to get them. You got to get them legs up the braces.
That's just my thing. You know, with the 4 guys I try to look for the running backs were guys who I can see being like, oh shit.
So Breece Hall, where does he rank last year? In the running
He's
back
not better
group?
than Najee Harris.
Is he better than Travis Etienne coming out?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think so.
I'll pick him over Travis.
Is he better than Javonte Williams coming out?
As a prospect, yeah.
So yeah, right there, I'd have.
I mean, we both had Javonte. I think I had for sure Javonte on my list.
I think we had both. We both did.
Yeah, I
and
know.
we had Michael. I had Michael Carter.
Yeah,
too.
I know for sure that I had them both. I just can't remember your list. I know you had a North Carolina guy.
Yeah,
but as a prospect, if I'm being real, the way I looked at it, I think Breece Hall is a better player than Javonte Williams. We both love Javonte though, and we just said like just not enough tape. You know, but
yeah,
I really like Breece Hall.
This running back class was worse than last year's for damn sure.
Yeah,
I think it's literally 3 guys, and even if you told me these 3 guys are going to be all rotation, I'd be like, I kind of see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like for me, Travis Etienne and Najee were like, yeah, they're featured backs. Breece Hall and James Cook. If you're like, oh, they're just rotational guys, I'm like, yeah.
With your opinion out of it, because I know you think James Cook is the best running back, but obviously,
I think Breece Hall is the first guy.
First guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Second round? Third round?
First or second? Late first, early second.
You can see him going in the first?
Late.
Would you like it if Buffalo picked him?
No, I want Buffalo to double down or get I don't think Buffalo's problem is, oh, we have shitty running backs. It's like, hey, we can't block. So I'd rather have a good offensive line with shitty running backs than a shitty O-line and a good running back. If that makes sense, especially in today's NFL, because you have to protect that horse back there, Joshua Allen.
Yeah, I can either see him going maybe Arizona at 23.
No.
I don't think they pick a running back. No. Dallas, they're not going to pick a running back.
I like Dallas to do that.
Buffalo, they're a contender. No. Tampa Bay, no. Green Bay, no. Chiefs? They got 2 back-to-back picks.
Yeah, maybe they should go all in on offense.
Bengals are not. Maybe Detroit at 32.
Yeah, they got DeAndre Swift, though, but it'd be a nice little complimentary piece. Yeah.
So because I don't see a running back going.
Like I said, too, like where is he really going to go where it's like, yeah, you're going to be the feature guy? It's really like maybe Seattle, too. Seattle? No, they won't pick him in the first round at 9. But maybe he can go there early. I think second.
Realistically, if you're looking in the second round, the earliest I can see a guy going, I would probably put either Houston at 37.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Or Atlanta at 43. I mean, that's it. Because the teams before that, the Colts, no. Seahawks.
And like we said, you can basically count all these guys off before pick 20. No one's going that high.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's Saquon Barkley, he might not go that high anymore because just the way the running back position is valued. It's sad because it's a position me and you grew up in was like, damn, like, this is it. Like, if you're a running back, you got it made. Now it's like, let's be receivers. Let's be quarterbacks. Let's be O-linemen before running back, man.
How many running backs get drafted? Drafted, period.
Like, probably like 10.
The over-under 7.
For the whole draft?
Whole draft.
Over.
Yeah,
a team will take a swing at some guys in the late rounds, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
What's the first round? Like 1.5?
I would bet.
I would say 1.
I would for sure bet the under.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's really only one team. It's Buffalo. That's it. And no one else is going to jump.
And it's like, okay, Houston has a need, but they're picking way too high.
The only scenario I see is someone like crazy. I can't remember if the Raiders traded up for Josh Jacobs.
No, I think they had that.
I think they stayed put.
Yeah.
If there's a situation, because Buffalo's the only team that really has that glaring need. So maybe someone jumps them from the second round, try to get ahead of them.
It's a lot to go up for.
Right, exactly. But, some teams, they like their guys and they're like, we're going to go with them.
F it. Let's do it.
Right. I think that's going to do it, though, Max. Short episode. It's running backs, dying breed, but we still love them.
Was this the worst draft class in the offense?
Yeah.
I think so, too, unfortunately. I mean, there's good guys. There's no doubt there's good players, but it's just not the pizzazz you normally expect. And I think it's kind of just going to keep trending like that.
Yeah. Some crazy stats, though, by Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall. A lot of production from those 2 guys. Guys that almost have 20 touchdowns apiece.
Careful, you said the P word.
Production. Anyway, I think that's going to do it, guys. We appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you guys are subscribed already, unsubscribe, resubscribe, fuck with the analytics, fuck with the algorithm. We thank you guys for all the support we've been getting lately, man. Shout out to everyone who's checked out our Josh Allen video, all the new subscribers we have. Shout out to everyone, dude. It inspired us to get a new mic. Max got the new mic going.
New miking.
New mic, bro. You getting your mic discipline up? Remember when your mic discipline was kind of low?
I got big hands, bro. I keep knocking into shit. It's goddamn, I'm like trapped down here, bro. I'm like cornered into this little corner.
Oh, man.
I'm in the corner.
Audio listeners, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Don't forget about you guys. So that means don't forget about us. 5-star rate us, write us a review, all that good stuff, man. We are out. See you in the next one. Peace.